Mind if I sit down next to you?
No, I don't mind. Have you heard the keynote speaker before? What's his name? I'll look in the program.
My boss said I had to come to this conference. Something about revolutionizing the inner spirit.
Mine too. Small world.
Enjoying the conference?
Very much so.
How long is this thing going to take? What's the topic?
Today I'll be discussing the path of infinite light and compassion.
Is it new?
I've heard of it.
Welcome to the conference. I ask you to be patient and obedient for the next few minutes. Today I'll be describing the techniques involved in following the path of infinite light and compassion. The path is long and arduous. There are many unpleasant obstacles you will overcome on your journey to enlightenment and love. First of all, you'll be required to give up the pleasures of the senses. This seems to be the most difficult of preparations, but as a result, you will awaken yourselves to what is real and true in the world. No longer will you live the illusions of the past and present, but you will live the realization of all there is and more. The second essential technique is purification of motives. It is for the sake of the world that you will be taking the path of infinite light and compassion, so there will be no tolerance for mercenary intent. Acute is the suffering of those who live in ignorance of their suffering, and yet those who bear the pain of ignorance in silent darkness deserve salvation. You will give it to them. It is your honor and duty to bring the world the wisdom of your own enlightenment and compassion.
I have a question.
Yes, please ask anything.
Well, I want to know more about this idea of salvation. Are you talking about our own salvation, or everybody's, or what? And hasn't religion done this for us already?
You've asked a very important question. May I ask your name?
My name is Amanda.
Religion is not enough, Amanda. The inner spirit must be free from any kind of prejudice in order to save the world, and inherent in religion, in ritual and dogma, is a basis, a bias for condemnation. With ritual, those who do not participate are immediately suspect and often just as immediately ostracized. Ritual distracts the soul from spontaneous love by focusing attention on the repetitive act. With dogma, those in whose interest it is to foster certain beliefs impose their will on the ignorant and unsuspecting. Dogma does violence to the innocent soul by this imposition, but more insidiously, it does violence to the soul of the dogmatist by perpetuating a sense of superiority over the innocent. Neither ritual nor dogma benefit humanity. And yet, again and again, people turn over their power to those who control the means of religious communication. Does that answer your question?
I see.
So what are you telling us to do? How are we supposed to bring people enlightenment?
I ask only that you be yourselves, the best people you can be. You are the spring from which the pure waters of realization flow. Realization of the suffering of people and the suffering of the earth itself. It is not only the human being that needs you. The earth and all of its abundance are under attack from those who pursue greed. Countless species of flora and fauna are destroyed daily by the purveyors of selfish greed. Enlightenment and compassion toward all beings demands the suspension of all hostilities toward nature. Rather than a boundless source of raw materials for consumption, nature is a precious friend, nurturing humanity and providing peace. I ask you to look inside yourselves for the strength to oppose the dominant and exploitive powers that bring destruction to our world.
How do we find this strength?
Amanda, I ask simply that you give up your money. your pride, your ego, and its attachment to the illusory world of sensation.